This time here at the BRICS Summit, you participated in the BRICS Plus mechanism as the Secretary General of an influential regional organization on security and beyond. What is your take about the BRICS and also BRICS Plus?
我想，参加这次金砖会议呢，有时候我会。
Actually, sometimes I felt a little dazed when I participated in this BRICS meeting, because what the participants said was highly consistent with the SCO summit, very close. It is not surprising, because we are all members of the Global South. We share common challenges and difficulties, also common pursuits, goals, and demands. The goal is the modernization of the Global South. In other words, the modernization of our SCO member states, as well as the BRICS members. In short, it is the modernization of developing countries and maintaining world peace, prosperity, and development. The content of this BRICS meeting was very rich. Why did today's meeting last for 7 hours? Because there were many speakers. All parties have high expectations for BRICS. We hope through BRICS and a number of regional organizations in other developing countries, we can work together to advance the international political and economic order towards greater justice, reason, and fairness. It is in the interest of humanity, of the planet, and also of developing countries to do so.
Declaration of the BRICS countries, among them many items, including local currency payment cooperation. What do you take? What's your take about that?
金砖嘛，和上合组织一样，都是全球南方的重要成员。
BRICS is also an important member of the Global South, like the SCO. It can be said that we have common goals, common interests, and common pursuits. BRICS is one step ahead of the SCO in that it has the new development bank. I expect BRICS to go faster in this area. 7 out of the 10 member countries of BRICS are members of the SCO. I think we can benefit from it.
We understand the payment in local currency has become a trend in the region, and SCO has been working on it. Tell us more about the latest development.
这个无论是
As you said, we attach great importance to the payment of local currency, both for SCO as a whole and for our member states as individual states. From the point of view of SCO, I hope you still remember the summit that took place in Samarkand 3 years ago. Our leaders have adopted a document called the SCO Roadmap for states' increasing share of national currency. And we have officially promoted this work during the past over 2 years. Representatives of central banks and ministries of finance from member countries have set up a special working group to study this work on a regular and irregular basis. It can be said that certain results have been achieved, and we are now in the stage of coordinating and communicating policies among member states. Adjustments of financial policy and monetary policy. To be frankly, the matter of local currency payment is not an easy thing to do. It involves policy, technology, finance, politics, and so on. From SCO, we can say that we are serious, down to earth, and steady, step by step, to move forward this work steadily. We don't have a specific timeline, but I think we'll try to minimize such a period of time.
I understand that China will be hosting the rotating presidency of SCO for the year 2024 to 2025, and you are serving as the Secretary General for this very crucial year. So what are likely to be the new development in that regard?
中国嘛，已经接任了上合组织轮值主席国的工作。
China has taken over the presidency of the SCO and is also an important force in the field of financial cooperation. As far as I know, this work has been taken into account in the work plan of the Chinese presidency and is one of the key tasks this year. I think several working group meetings will be held during the year for policy and technical alignment and financial communication on this work. This is at the official level of the SCO. At the unofficial level, as you know, there is an interbank consortium in the SCO. That's our unofficial cooperative organization. As banks, they're also very concerned about this work and are steadily advancing communication, coordination, research, and making recommendations on this work. In addition, the SCO's financial think tank platform, which is the SCO's own think tank, is also providing dedicated support to the SCO. So at the country level, it can be said that progress is faster. It's simpler. There is uneven development among countries and among our member states. In some countries, local currency payment has reached a very high proportion, definitely more than half. For example, trade between China and some countries may be slightly lower. But on the whole, it is more tangible and faster than multilateral progress. I think this is an important foundation for the SCO to promote this work in the multilateral field. The two complement each other, and I think the future is promising.
During the BRICS Summit, did you interact with your colleagues, both from international and regional organizations, as well as from different countries that are members of yours?
交流的很多了，其中包括金砖的成员国以及。
There was a lot of communication, including with BRICS members and participating countries outside BRICS. The meeting also included some international organizations. For example, UN Secretary-General Guterres. He sat next to me the whole time. The Commonwealth of Independent States, Eurasian Economic Commission. We've been communicating. It can be said that we all have a lot in common. We all have high expectations for BRICS. There are also high expectations for the SCO. Even Secretary-General Guterres talked about his expectations for the SCO. He once told me that the UN and the SCO are the two largest regional organizations in the world today. So when I was communicating with him today, he said he was very happy to be sitting next to the SCO. The SCO has a lot to offer. He hopes that the SCO will play a more important role. I think his expectations for the SCO are high.
The BRICS Summit, right before it, there were a lot of press coverage about whether it is an anti-Western alliance. Similar questions were also posed to you, Mr. Secretary General, many times about Shanghai Cooperation Organization, especially looking at the track record of SCO, that you have managed to make some of the military bases by foreign countries to move away from your member countries throughout SCO's track record. And many ask, what is the nature of SCO in that regard, regarding so-called the Global South and the West?
这个上海合作组织的基本特征其实是公开的。
The basic characteristics of the SCO are in fact openly stated in the name of our organization, cooperation, and our purpose is cooperation. It is true that a number of media outlets play up the idea that the SCO is anti-Western and then compare it with NATO. I think that if these people are not ignorant, they're doing it intentionally. Because if they want to comment on the SCO, they must study the SCO, or at least read the SCO's charter and understand the development and progress of cooperation over the past 2 decades. We have a set of basic principles, including non-alignment, non-confrontation, non-targeting any third party, non-interference in internal affairs, openness and cooperation, and so on. And our practice over the past 23 years has been to firmly adhere to these principles. There is military cooperation between us, but our military cooperation is limited to combating terrorism, rather than seeking a regional military alliance. You mentioned the disappearance of extraterritorial military bases in the region. In fact, what benefit does the presence of military bases bring to the local people? Of course, this is a matter between the member states and the base countries, and I won't comment further on it. However, the SCO insists on cooperation and non-alignment, which is in the interest of the people of the region.
You've been, over the past few years, SCO hosting ministerial meetings, hundreds of them. Not to mention many of the events that are at very different levels between different countries of your members. I mean, how is that possible?
的确，上合组织的合作领域在拓展。
The areas of SCO cooperation are expanding. We probably have more than 50 ministerial cooperative mechanisms now and hold meetings for these mechanisms at least once a year. Before the meetings, there are also expert workshops. So it doubles. Sometimes the expert workshops will be more than once. That's why international organizations have so many meetings. As the Secretariat, we provide support and secure the operation of international organizations. I would like to say thank you to member states for their support and thank my colleagues within the Secretariat. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization has the smallest secretariat among all kinds of international organizations on various scales globally. I only have 36 staff members. My colleagues from other international organizations are very surprised when I talk about this. I have the smallest secretariat in size, supporting one of the world's largest regional organizations. I think that's the pride of my team and me. It is also proof of strong support from our member states for the Secretariat. Of course, we also want to reform, to improve, and to strengthen the Secretariat in terms of human, material, and financial resources, so that we can do our job better.
Having said that, though, the SCO is well known for working on the security issues to start with and continuing that way. For example, in the area of food security, economic security, health security, and the list goes on. So how do you see security remain a focus, even though your member countries are putting so much effort also on trade and economic interactions?
的确，23年前上合组织成立的时候
23 years ago, when the SCO was founded, the threat of terrorism is serious on a global scale, including the SCO region. I think we all have a common memory. So, when we discussed the establishment of the SCO, we put a lot of effort on the fight against three forces: terrorism, separatism, and extremism. We are proud that after more than 20 years, we successfully maintained peace, security, and stability in the region, and also successfully provided a good environment for our economic development. Meanwhile, our cooperation is an all-round collaboration from the beginning. It's not just about security. Well, after more than 20 years, it can be said that 5 pillars of cooperation have been established. That's in addition to security cooperation, political mutual trust, economic development, people-to-people exchanges, and international cooperation. These 5 pillars are balanced. They go hand in hand. It includes the security in the broad sense, as you talked about, from the view of security itself. In addition to the fight against terrorism, extremism, and separatism, we're spending a lot more energy now to combat drug smuggling, illegal smuggling of weapons, transnational organized crime, and maintaining data security. In these areas, we will have new developments in the near future. In the construction of structures, there will be new results. That is, to turn the Tashkent Regional Anti-Terrorist Center into a comprehensive security center for SCO. An independent anti-drug center will be set up. At the same time, it is necessary to set up the Center for Combating Transnational Organized Crime, Data Security Center, etc. I think it's becoming better and more comprehensive. In a broader point of view, we're also paying more attention to the security of the supply chain and production chain, food security and energy security. Tackling climate change is also a kind of security. These are the areas of security. I'm afraid, in recent years, there are new challenges for SCO and beyond for the whole humanity. We keep up with the times. For these challenges, we have to be positive, respond positively to preserve the regional security and well-being of the peoples of our member states. Our leaders serve the interest of our people. They have to keep their eyes open to observe how the world is changing. For new risks and new challenges, we need to be proactive, respond bravely. That's the best way to go.
You traveled around the world to so many different occasions, talking to state leaders and also the public, ordinary people. Many are really wondering whether our world is going to get worse, more chaotic, before it gets better, more for the benefits of the public.
最近3年来以及更长的时间，我和世界各国
In the last 3 years and more, I have met from leaders to ordinary people of various countries. When I arrive at a country, I really like to talk to ordinary people, especially to the countryside. I myself have worked in the countryside, so I like to talk to them. On the bright side, I traveled to more than 100 countries from the end of the Cold War to the present day. All countries have undergone significant changes. I think this is a consequence of globalization, the result of openness and dividends of the end of the Cold War. Everyone in this world benefits from this. In recent years, I'm getting in touch with more and more people who are worried about the changing world. They feel as if this dividend is passing, is fading, and the sense of confrontation and competition is even stronger. They are very worried. So, as for my personal feelings, it is in this time that we need SCO more. We need such a platform as BRICS and more. There is a need for solidarity and cooperation among the Global South countries. On one hand, it is to modernize the countries of the Global South. On the other hand, it is necessary to maintain world peace, security, and stability. There can be no modernization without peace, security, and stability in the world. So, that's the duty of organizations like SCO. We will live up to our mission. 我们会不辱使命的。